Hello, students. Welcome to the channel. And today's Wiley class will be very, very interesting. In the last period, we had learned about reading and use of English, and I hope you all had understood and you all had really liked the video. Thank you. And many of you all were asking me for the website, but if you go in the video in the starting only I have told the website, but still I'll be telling it now also. The website is www.cambridgeenglish.org. This is the website. I'll be providing it down in the description box. Do not forget to check the description box. So students will come to the most what we say the most important part over here is the listening skills. Many of y'all have very much difficulty in listening, and y'all face a lot of difficulties. Y'all are scared to face the listening skills examination and stuff. So today I'll be providing you with the listening skills. So here I'll be going to the advance, and in the advance we'll be going to urban planning. Okay, students. So as soon as I open urban planning, the audio will automatically start. Okay, so I'll not speak anything, the audio will go on, and you'll have to just listen to it. Okay, students. So the audio will be probably of 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, so you have to listen to it carefully, and I advise you to wear earphones or headphones so that the audio is is audible to you in even more better way. Okay, students. So let us see. So sorry.
In themselves, they can produce their own energy. They've got transport mode choices, so people can choose whether they want to walk, cycle, or bus. A city that has a very well connected public transport system. So if you want to get from A to B, you have three main choices: public transport, walking, cycling, each equally good.
So basically, you see a future of increased urbanization.
Increased urbanization, yes, because people are moving to the cities. That's what the figures say. It's it's what it it's what's happening. It's the current trend. And if this continues, the cities need to become more robust. They need to become more resilient. I know these are big words, but what I mean by that is that cities that are able to change with the time. If people are going to become more mobile, then we need a city with good transport system. But in the future, there's a possibility that people won't be traveling so much simply because the internet is taking over. Our social space is being invaded by the internet. And so if people aren't going out so much, we want cities with comfortable housing, comfortable buildings, heating, cooling, nicer places to be.
So in the future, if there are more cities or more densely populated cities, do you see any changes in public transportation?
Well, theory states that the more density you have, the more feasible public transport becomes. That's absolutely true. So, in saying that cities are going to become more densely populated and urbanized, public transport definitely has a future. I mean, if you think of a city like Beijing, for example, public transport, it's available. People travel by it. Why? Because it's available. It has to be available because there's such a vast number of people. But if you think about a city like Auckland, where I'm from, our public transport system is not very good because we're not densely populated. And it doesn't make sense to put a bus where there aren't people. But then the counter argument is, if you put a bus, people will take it. So it's the chicken and egg. What comes first? Do you put a bus on a route where there aren't people, or where the people aren't taking the bus? Or do you do it the other way around?
Interesting. And of the types of public transport, buses and mainly rail or subways, which do you see will have a greater impact in the future?
I think it all depends on where you are, but trains will definitely be the way of the future. Trains and buses combined, I think, because people like traveling long distances in the shortest amount of time possible. shorter journeys, obviously connecting different train stations or connecting homes to the train stations, you are going to need buses. One can't really function without the other.
So maybe one of your biggest challenges is going to be getting people to give up their love affair with cars.
Oh, that's always difficult. Trying to tell a car enthusiast that he should not drive his car ever again, I become their worst nightmare. It's not something that's easily achievable. I myself am guilty of that. I used to have a turbo Nissan Sylvia when I was growing up in my teenage years, and if someone told me not to drive my car, I think I would be very mad. So yes, it's quite a barrier that I have to go through.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. I'm going to need it.
Okay, students, so this was the audio. Now we'll go on the questions, obviously. So you can see over here, questions are there. So what does a green city have? The question number 1. So lots of trees, good public transport system, a way to produce their own energy, electric cars, E both B and C, or F both A, B and C. I think the answer is both B and C. That is both a good public transport system and a way to produce their own energy. So I'll click over here. Next, what impact will internet have on people and cities? So it's I think the answer will be E. Both A and B. Cities will have to become more comfortable. People don't have the house as much. Okay, so I'll go with option E. Third one, what changes will happen in public transportation? Okay, so we'll just read the options. You can read the options for yourself. I think the answer will be E. Both A, B, and D, because they all three make sense. So it improves. It will improve because more people will use it. More people will use it because it will become available. There will be too many people. So I'll go with E. Okay, now the fourth one, which will be the most popular type of transport in future? Trains for going short distances. Yes, this is also right. Trains for going long distances. Yes, this is also right. Bus to connect the train stations. I don't think so. Metro also, they didn't focus much on metro also. So I'll go with the E option, that is both B and C. The last one, what will be one of the biggest challenges? To get people to give up their cars, to get people to drive turbo cars, to make people sell their old cars, to make everyone use electric cars. I think it will be A, because in the last paragraph we see she mentioned something about the car, and she's getting mad upon giving up her car. So I think it will be A. So I'll just click on A. And students, let us check the answers. Okay, so the score is 100%. It means all the answers are correct. Students, over here you can see vocabulary. So you can go on to vocabulary. I'll just scroll down. You can read it for yourself. You can pause in between and read it. I'll just scroll down slowly so that these are some words given. You can pause it for yourself and read it and understand the meaning. I'll again scroll it. Okay, students. So this was the video of Cambridge assessments, and we saw today listening skills. I hope you liked the video, and if you have, then please just revise everything, grammar and all these things. Okay, students, thanks a lot, and we'll meet you in the next